the negative peaks pop up in there every now and again? Like right now, I've got my negative peaks right up on the high side. They're hitting beyond 100, almost every single word right there, but not bad. And then I would drop them down here, and you can hear it just smooths out a little bit there. And then you can go underneath it, and go to where you're undermodulated, and it still sounds good. There's no need to really push it all the way to the far end. It's all right to give a bit of a, not entirely pinched or close to pinched off. But we always try to push the limit,
Well, it's all like you say. I mean, it's like I can go. Let's say I can go to here. All right. Well, that's 95. Well, let's see. That's about 95% on the negatives there, and still 100% on the top end. And then this is where I normally speak. Probably not a big difference. And then this is on the 17, with the mic gain on 17. And I'm pretty much slamming the negative peaks right there.
Yeah, not really a big difference at all. And this time I did have the gate rolling here. Check this out. I put the headphones on. I got the gate rolling, and here it comes.
Well, it's all like the same. I mean, it's like I can go. Let's say I can go to here. All right, well, that's 95. Well, let's see, that's about 95% on the negatives there, and still 100% on the top end. And then this is where I normally speak. Probably not a big difference. And then this is on the 17, with the mic gain on 17, and I'm pretty much slamming the negative peaks right there.
That's what I heard right there. Not too shabby at all, really. There was no audible difference between any one of those different ones.
I wish I would have recorded your recording so you could hear what I'm hearing, because it sounds like this.
You sound like that on my playback? Hang on, let me just play this back one more time. Hold on.
I wish I would have recorded your recording so you could hear what I'm hearing, because it sounds like this.
Let me turn the bass down a little bit here. Let me try this. Hang on.
I wish I would have recorded your recording so you could hear what I'm hearing, because it sounds like this.
You never sounded like that in my headphones. That's really strange. But I rolled the bass out for you. We'll see how that does on your receiver.
I don't know. I couldn't tell, man. I got some people coming in with you now, so I really couldn't tell. That's okay though. I'll listen on YouTube there. Okay, so I'll just tell myself there that's 15 on the mic gain where I'm not hitting those negative peaks. There's 17 right there where I'm pretty much slamming those negative peaks on the positive. I don't have any of that fancy equipment like you got to keep those negative peaks under control.
10-4. Well, I don't think you need to worry about it. It sounds good to me. Like I said, your playback sounded great here. So if it didn't sound so good on your receiver, I did roll the bass back that time around. So hopefully this will sound better.
I don't know. I couldn't tell, man. I got some people coming in with you now, so I really couldn't tell. That's okay though. I'll listen on YouTube there. Okay, so I'll just tell myself there that's 15 on the mic gain where I'm not hitting those negative peaks. Right there where I'm
key for me. Lord, sounding good in Kansas there, Brady.
On the positive. I don't have any of that fancy equipment like you got to keep those negative peaks under control.
There you go. So that's what I heard that time around. So that's a reduction of bass on your end. So I don't know what that's going to do with the music. If I play the music back now with that reduction of bass, it may not have the bass up in there that I wanted it to have. Maybe it's got enough. Maybe it's got enough bass up in there. Anyway, that's what the bass reduction on the playback there, break.
No. You got something else going on the playback. You took the bass out, and okay, listen, man, hold on. Let's see if you can hear this.
Key for me. Lord, sounding good in Kansas there, Brady.
On the positive. I don't have any of that fancy equipment like you got to keep those negative peaks under control.
There's, whoops, oh, stop. There's something happening on the highs that isn't right there either. Let me bypass both of these things, and I'll just, I'll run the audio without going through any of these pre-processor things with the intent of trying to make it louder. And just turn this off like that right there. That's flat going through there right now. So we're going to play this back with it flat and see what this sounds like. I'll play you back too, so you'll hear your audio through it flat. And here it goes.
I wish I would have recorded your recording so you could hear what I'm hearing. Because it sounds like this.
But that's not how you sounded in my headphones. Anyway, so now I've got the thing all flat.
I don't know, I couldn't tell.
Stop already. Now I got it all flat. So, we'll see what that does around your neck of the woods this next go around. But that's flat now. Does that make a difference on your end there, Break?
I think it did. Because when you turn the bass out, hold on, let me go back to where I'm normally at there. When you turn the bass out, you took way too much, and then the high end was all distorted, and I think it was just all distorted. I think it was just all distorted. So anyway, if you recorded that, play that back. Let's see what that sounds like.
Oh man, I didn't record it, but go ahead and do that one more time. I'm recording now.
Okay. All right. Well, try that. Let's see. Dadgummit. Let me get back. Okay, there I am. So I'm just barely hitting the negative peaks. That should be nice and clean right there. Let's see what that sounds back like on the recording back.
All right. So here it comes.
Okay. All right. Well, try that. Let's see. Dadgummit. Let me get back. Okay, there I am. So I'm just barely hitting the negative peaks. That should be nice and clean right there. Let's see what that sounds back like on the recording back.
Okay, there you go. Now maybe that should sound better, though.
Oh yeah, that's a lot better, man. Before it was just like, it just didn't sound right. Here, I did record that. Let's see if you can hear your recording, my recording of your recording. Let's see if you can hear it. Try that. Let's see. Dadgummit. Let me get back. Okay, there I am. So I'm just barely hitting the negative peaks. That should be nice and clean right there. Let's see what that sounds back like on the recording back.
Is 26?
The last part of it sounded better than the beginning part of it, and I believe that's because I had my negative peaks going way too hot. My playback levels are not what they're supposed to be all the time, I guess, because the levels are different since I got rid of those two processors. But and that sounded really good. I like what I heard that time around. Now let's see if the music sounds okay, because now I don't have any processing on the music. So here it goes. Oops, wrong one. Here it goes. doggone it. You got to turn on the channel. There you go. All right, that was the right levels on both playback and the and my audio, and we'll see how that does.
All right, yeah, no, that sounded good. The music sounded better, more natural. Let's see if you can hear it. Here you go.
You know, that works pretty good. Okay, I think I'll leave it like that. Well, I had two processors in line over here, and the purpose for them was to try to get the average percentage of modulation on the music loud. And so they're separate processors, you know, compared to my own mic processing. And apparently they were just over the top, and I was trying to push everything to a limit, and I didn't realize quite what it was doing to the playback audio. Like I said, I'd never had enough playback audio with good bass in it to come rolling in here like that to where I could expect to play it back accurately. So anyway, that helped out quite a bit. So I bypassed both of those and simplified things a little bit, or a lot of it, I should say.
Yeah, no, I think you got it figured out. That's a lot better. You know, and you know, if you go back and watch your video gate and listen to your playbacks, you know, you'll see. I think you got it figured out now. The music sounded fine. You know, it sounded way better now. It wasn't as flubby and you know, overdriven sounding as kind of what you had it before.
Roger. Okay, good deal. Well, that's a good place to leave it then. I think I'll just leave it like that and let it in. And the playback sounds good. Let me just do a playback of you one more time here real quick here. Make sure the playback actually sounds like it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, that's a lot better. You know, and you know, if you go back and watch your video gate and listen to your playbacks, you know, you'll see. I think you got it figured out now. The music sounded fine. You know, it sounded way better now. It wasn't as flubby and you know, overdriven sounding as kind of what you had it before.
I'm slowly getting the levels back balanced out now without any processing. I still want to get the levels so that I can bury the control a little bit more in the console and not have it be so darn hot coming out into the final product.
Oh yeah, man, it's like 100 times better. Before, used to when you played me Mac, I'd be like, man, if I sound like that, I need to go back to the drawing board. But now, yeah, you got it going your way now.
All right, good deal, awesome. Yeah, see, now, you know, that's a great example of what happened right there. You know, I'm talking to you and getting constructive feedback, vice versa, both directions, you know, that kind of a thing. And, you know, what you hear locally on a receiver isn't always what you hear out in DX, and it's always kind of a fine line between one versus the other, that's for sure. But then there's that other guy out there who just, you know, sounded like a chipmunk, and he was complaining about everything, you know, just nothing but complaint. And, you know, I just, what a difference in personalities and character and people. I guess that's what makes this world go around or break, huh?
And, you know, I like that little bit of bass in there, you know, stuff like that. But, everybody has their style.
California Zigzag, man, we're here on your radio.
Yeah, I like the added, you know, bass. I'm not really big on too many of the highs because I just can only talk to so many different receivers out there. The majority of them are fairly narrow, so I don't push the highs, but I like to hear the bass in there. And obviously, you know, you want You want enough bass to get it to be in there, but you don't want enough to get in there and get it all flubbery and weird and all that. So anyway, I was just trying to push that limit, trying to figure out where it was. And obviously, it's probably better to err on the side of caution as opposed to, how far can you go? But I was looking for how far I could go. So anyway, yeah, it is coming together, Anyhow, a lot of ways to skin a cat, that's for sure.
Sneak up in here with my Quackzilla.
There's too many ways. I mean, it's like, there's 1,000 different combinations, man. You can change your gain stages, and it changes everything. You turn one thing down, now everything else is out of whack. But, yeah, no, man. Whatever. Like I said, you can't please everybody. And you want to sound like you want to sound. And a lot of people be like, oh, you sound great. Like I am right now. I'll talk to some people that I can't understand you. You got so much bass in there. You're way too bassy. It's crazy. Yeah, I get a whole cross-section of comments about that. And it all depends on what radio they're listening to. So it's all kind of hit and miss, I suppose. What's the song say? You can't please everybody, so you got to please yourself. Well, that's right. Ain't no doubt about that. Oh, man. Motormouth Mall, cruising this thing. Well, hopefully my playbacks will be a little bit better. The music will be a little bit better, and we'll see how it does. Oh, there is one sound that I want to see how this sounds. I want to see if this doggone thing has the... let me just take a look at this. Where is it? You got that weird little backdrop sound kind of a thing here. Let me see what this sounds like. Put the headphones on. See what that sounds like. I don't know if that's over the top. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't sound like it. Anyway, 142 Motormouth Mall, your West Coast Beast. Got down right there, breaker.
Oh, that's on 142. He's 5 by 5.
I didn't get all that, but I got some of it.
Yeah, old 142 is 5 by 5.
In there with a hammer. Hey, check this out.
Yeah, that's 142's local handle is 5 by 5.
That actually sounds pretty good. All right. Somebody out there said the 142's local handle is 5 by 5. But he's 5 by 9 in my radio. He's dropping a hammer to break. But I appreciate that. Hey, 142, yeah, that sounds pretty good. That's, I think I'll roll with that for a bit there, break.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, 529 West Tennessee, 529 West Tennessee. In the Black Gold at 321 at Paris.
I think I'm hearing 321 around Paris. I'm hearing somebody around Tennessee. 529, I believe, around Tennessee. Mother Nature dipping and dabbing and flipping and flopping. So we got better playbacks now, I believe. So we'll see how that all works. Motormouth Mall cruising, one fat watt at a time. I got down. Break.
How about that, Motormouth?
Pinto Bean is up in there too. Holy smokes, a whole lot of great big old hammers. I said Pinto Bean, when you rolled up on top of the stack over there. Hey, Pinto Bean, I'll tell you what, it's rough and tough, but you all up in there sounded superb. Hey, Pinto Bean, good afternoon time to you. I lost 142 in the Bighorn, I believe, but that's just a Mother Nature thing. I'm sure he'll be back. He was back earlier today, and he'll be back again. Pinto Bean, you smoking up in there too. Motormouth Mall working this thing, step and break.
Oh, he'll be back in here, but he'll still be the plain old 5 by 5.
Tell you, Dave, how nice guy saying I had my mind on Motor Mouth Mall, and I ain't even called your name. Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, Pinto Bean with that great big old weekend waiting. I hope you had a good one. I'm just trying to fit in where I belong. Motor Mouth Mall. Pinto Bean, one big bean at a time.
Fortunate, Pinto Bean. Well, you sounded super good out here and telling nice guy around Utah is sort of low too. Hey, Pinto Bean, take care. 142 in the Bighorn if you still have a copy. And Motormouth Mall stepping one fat watt at a time.
A nice mouth, old Roger. I'll say you.
Got a copy on mine.
California got 142 over here in Texas, man. What's going on?
No, 777 Alabama trying, bait.
I got 777 Alabama and 142 in Texas. 142 in Texas and you both smoking up in here, but I got one in one ear and one in the other ear break.
From the voice of Texas.
Ask the voice of Texas. Hey, Motormouth Mall. Ask old Quigley down under on his Quigley if he can do this right here. You know, he can't do that. Hey, Motormouth Mall. I know he's cutting my lips off. Hey, 142, we're back quiet.
Hey, 142, he can't cut your lips off. You wanted to know if he could get up in there and roll up in there with some audio. You said he might be cutting your lips off. But I don't think so. Let me see if I can play that back. I think I have a playback somewhere in here. Hang on. Let me double check that. Let me consult let me investigate. Investigate the gate.
Ask the voice of Texas. Hey, Motormouth Mall. Ask old Quigley down under on his Quigley if he can do this right here. You know, he can't do that. Hey, Motormouth Mall. I know he's cutting my lips off. Hey, 142, we're back quiet.
Did you say squiggly? Did you say squiggly down under? That's what I thought you said. Hello, 142, Motormouth Mall cruising, and that was what I heard.
That's what I said. He's on his, I think he calls it a quadzilla. I call it squiggly down under. That's my buddy. That's my buddy old Pat over there, the voice of Texas.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, you know, I did something over here, by the way. I want to try something.
Pat over there, the voice of Texas.
I got more of your highs up in there. I rolled some of the, let me try this.
From the voice of Texas.
Ask the voice of Texas. Hey, Motormouth Mall. Ask old Quigley down under on his Quigley if he can do this right here. You know, he can't do that. Hey, Motormouth Mall. I know he's cutting my lips off. Hey, 142, we're back quiet.
There you go. That sounds better. I rolled it out to NRSC, so we got my audio is still relatively narrow compared to, you know, what it normally would be. But I rolled the playback is going out NRSC, so whatever comes up in here goes out the break.
Roger on that. That's funny. Nah, he's a buddy of mine over there. He's got more power, bigger antenna, but he ain't got them smooth sounds, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got them smooth sounds. Hey, Motormouth Mall, sounding good over here in my neighborhood as always.
You're gonna like that playback. Check this out.
He's a buddy of mine over there. He's got more power, bigger antenna, but he ain't got them smooth sounds, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got them smooth sounds. Hey, Motormouth Mall, sounding good over here in my neighborhood as always.
That should work pretty good right there. That playback should have sounded even better than break.
No, that sounded real good, man. Hey, Yeah, I appreciate that. No, they're sounding better. Sounding better and better, man.
10-4. Now, that was NRSC. I'm going to try something one more time. I'm going to roll back down here to where I was, only I'm going to go a little bit different curve over here. I'm going to go down to, Pepsi. No, I'll leave it where it was. I'll leave it where it was. I'll leave it where it was. Never mind. I was going to change something, but I decided not to.
Yeah, thanks, because whatever you were doing wasn't sounding right. Sounds good right there, wherever you're at.
Oh, no, I was getting away from the microphone. I got to reach over for some things, and the microphone doesn't track my face. So if I get away from the microphone, I'm about 6 inches away from the microphone now, and if I turn my head up over here now, I'm off on the side of the microphone, about 1.5 feet off to the side. And I come back to the front of the microphone, and you got me back in there again. So that was just me getting off the center of the microphone.
Yeah, Roger. All right. Well, whatever it is, don't get off the center of the microphone, because you got to make sure that this is me over the office center of the microphone over here, and here I come back. Now I'm back into the microphone.
10-4. Now I'm going to play you back one more time, I think. I'm going to try, see if this is the one. No, it was Pinto Bean. That's Pinto Bean. Hold on a second now. Where'd it go?
59, West Tennessee.
Son of a gun. I don't know where it went.
Better.
There you go.
Better. If you go back and watch your video gate and listen to your playbacks, you'll see. I think you got it figured out now. The music sounded fine. It sounded way better now. It wasn't as flubby and overdriven sounding.
All right. Well, it was just a playback there, so I could get a level set over here. So I think that's about right. That should have sounded pretty good there, Brick.
Hey, Bob, going up.
Yeah. No, it sounded good. Sounded a lot better than it did before, that's for sure. So, yeah. You got it going your way. Hey, what happened to Quigley Squiggly Down Under?
I don't know. I didn't hear him come back the last couple times, so I don't know if he's still out there or what happened. The only other thing I have a question about is the reverb. What do you think about the reverb? Is it too hot, too much, too little? What would you say on the reverb?
Well, I would say the reverb is you, right? Because it's you like the reverb. Here you go.
What do you think about the reverb? Is it too hot, too much, too little? What would you say on the reverb? It's enough. It's good. Okay. I don't want any more than that up in there. I just, I didn't know if making any of those changes and level changes affected the reverb at all, but they didn't, so everything is good. All right, cool. I'll leave it like that for a bit and see how that goes and see how the playbacks work and see how the whole thing does in the world of sound. Appreciate that. 142 Motormouth Mall. I don't know where Quigley went. Lee Majors. Is that right? Lee Majors? I don't know where he went. He was in there with the Quaggy a couple of times, and I forgot to acknowledge him, and I should have, because he was in my radio a couple of times, but I haven't heard him now.
Yeah, Roger. He's always in there. Let me cut this down a little bit. He's always in there cutting my lips off. Oh, anyway, it's all good fun, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I didn't know he was cutting your lips off. You mean trying to cut your lips off or cutting your lips off? There's a difference between cutting them off and trying to cut them off. There's a bit of a difference from time to time sometimes in that whole scheme of things. By the way, this thing's set at 10 right now. I'm gonna roll it from 10 all the way up here a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, right up in there. I don't want to go too far with it, but I rolled that thing up to 10, and I rolled the audio down at the, sorry, it was at 10. I rolled it up to 19. What did that do?
I could tell a little bit of difference. But yeah, no, it sounds good. Let's see, I'm at 6. Well, I guess it's 6 per side. I don't know what the hell that means, but that's where I'm at right there, 6K right there.
Roger. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, this is the HEC drive that I have normally down about 10, and I rolled it up to about 19. I could go up hotter with it, up to about 25, and I can go down back to 10 again, which is down here. And at 10, I got to roll the audio back up a little bit more to get up into the negative peaks. But it's just a HEC drive.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. I thought you was messing with your bandwidth. Yeah, no, I could tell when you dropped it down, your audio went down, and yeah, but then you got it back up there. So yeah, but it sounds good both ways. But anyway, put it back the way you had it.
Yeah, I'll leave it where I had it. It picks up less, noises, and it picks up less problems. And if you crank the power up, I suppose it picks up less RF because you don't have that opened, you don't have that thing getting like that. So anyway, I suppose it's a good way to set it, just like it is. I like tying up the channel because there's a guy out there going to blah, 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 blah. And when you get above the keys, and they're kind of, sort of, but I like not hearing them. So the power squelch, me keying down works good, and then hearing you at that strong signal with the bassy and killer, smooth sounding audio really helps to mitigate that issue.
Yeah, Roger. I'm wrecking ball. I can hear him, but he can't hear me. Anyway, I did get I recorded a little bit of that. See if you can hear it.
And if you crank the power up, I suppose it picks up less RF because you don't have that opened, you don't have that thing getting like that. So anyway, I suppose it's a good way to set it, just like it is. I like tying up the channel because there's a guy out there going to... That's pretty good. I suppose the only thing I could do to really alter this session to make it different would be to possibly get away from the mid-range ear sound and drop a little bit more bottom end in there and redistribute the energy within the audible spectrum there to make it a little bit, fatter on the bottom end. But I've been leaning now toward trying to cater to more different radios, and so I've been leaning the bottom end off of there just a little bit. But yeah, it sounds good. That's a good quality playback, and if that's a representation of what I'm doing in your radio, I think I'm pleased. There, Break.
Oh yeah, no, it sounds good here. I'll play one more recording, man. You know how we get into these these playback fests. Here you go, though, if you can hear it.
Redistribute the energy within the audible spectrum there to make it a little bit, fatter on the bottom end. But I've been leaning now toward trying to cater to more different radios, so I've been leaning the bottom end off of there just a little bit. But yeah, it sounds good. That's a good quality playback, and if that's a representation of what I'm doing in your radio, I think I'm pleased. Not too shabby. I do hear one thing that I don't like. I'm not going to address it right now, but there is a sibilancy kind of a sound that I heard in there. It wasn't from your playback. It was from me. I can hear it in my own headphones when I put the headphones on, too. But check this out.
Oh, yeah. That sounds good here. I'll play one more recording, man. You know how we get into these these playback fests. Here you go, though, if you can hear it.
Redistribute the energy within the audible spectrum there to make it a little bit, fatter on the bottom end. But I've been leaning now toward trying to cater to more different radios, so I've been leaning the bottom end off of there just a little bit. But yeah, it sounds good. That's a good quality playback, and if that's a representation of what I'm doing in your radio, I think I'm pleased. Right, well, that's interesting. All right, so I can hear that in the playback. That little almost like I would call it like a honky sound. Like there's a peak in the mid-range somewhere that probably doesn't need to be there. I can probably roll that down a little bit there and get that a little bit smoother. And maybe see if I could get that a little bit better up in your receiver without having that honky kind of a sound up in there. Anyway, see what that does around your neck of the woods.
All right, I think you took too much out. Put some of the honky back in there. Then, yeah, your S's are really, really sharp. I mean, they're like, they're cutting like a knife. So maybe some, I don't know if you've got, 4K pumped up or something in there. You got something in there where those S's are really, really, really sharp.
Here, let me run the honky sound up just a little bit more, not much. I'll run it up a little bit more right about here like that right there. I think it's probably enough. And then I'll see if I can roll the 4K stuff down or so, see what the S's are. Right there, sibilance, right there. See if that does a little bit better. Sibilance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If that did better or worse, man, I don't know. Might have got a little muddy sounding. I don't know. Here, check this out.
I'll run it up a little bit more right about here like that right there. I think it's probably enough. And then I'll see if I can roll the 4K stuff down or sort of see what the S's are. Right there, sibilance. Right there. See if that does a little bit better. Sibilance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, yeah, that got muddy. That definitely got muddy right there. I'm not sure I like that at all. So I think I'll leave this back where it was. Where was it? Was it right here somewhere? Doggone, I can't remember where it was. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I think I'm going to have to address those S's somewhere earlier in the chain, in the pre-EQ somewhere. I was looking at the post-EQ, but there's probably something in the earlier part of the chain that I can attack and get rid of some of those S's that are up in there, because they are sharp. They are very sharp and shrill. Sibilance. We'll try turning those down right there and see what that does. I'll get rid of them earlier in the chain and see if that helps out a little bit. They're breaking.
All right, I didn't record any of that because I had Breaking Ball coming in there. Yeah, no, I had that same issue before, and it was a plug-in I had going. I think it was an Aphex Oral Exciter or whatever. I ended up taking that out. Man, it was just blowing the highs out of proportion. Just blowing them out. And that was my issue. Yeah, you got something in there in the chain somewhere blowing those S's out.
10-4. Okay, sounds good. Well, yeah, I lowered that EQ a little bit. I don't know if that's going to make it better or worse. No, I still hear it in there. Even with that frequency rolled down, I could hear it in there. So I'll look for it. I won't do it now, but I'll look for it, because that's the only sound that's really dropping into my ears as an annoying kind of a sound. And I can hear it, it almost might be the reverb. The reverb's got a little bit of an EQ on it too, and it sounds like a sound that could be associated with the reverb in there. But I hear it. It's kind of a weird sound.
Cherry Valley.
All right, well, put everything back the way you had it, because now you sound muddy. So, yeah, put everything back the way you had it, and you're going to have to figure that out later. Because right now you sound like you're talking into a sock.
Roger. That's the only way to put it back where I had it, and that's to just reopen it again. That EQ is really touchy, and so anyway, I went ahead and fixed that. And now I got to go to the bottom plugins for the playbacks and get rid of them so I can colored playbacks. All right, there we go. Now the only thing is the level of the playback changed, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. All right, anyway, at least now we're not muddy, but now there's still that. There's a S's.
Hey, Motor Mouth Mall, can I get you?
Yeah, you sound like that dirty old man on Family Guy. You know what I'm talking about? Where his S's whistle?
Motor Mouth Mall.
10-400, dirty old guy on Family Guy. Yeah, Roger on that.
Oh, that's funny. Anyway, hey man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. It was a pleasure. And anyway, well, maybe in about 100 years we'll get all this crap lined out. You know how that goes.
Yeah, 10-4 sounds good. All right, well, I got a few other people calling out this neck of the woods. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm going to just set this playback level one time before I go too far away, so I remember I get it right.
Hey man, I'm gonna get out of here, man. It was a pleasure.
There we go.
And anyway, well, maybe in about 100 years we'll get all this crap lined out. You know how that goes.
Oh, you know what? I got to do that one more time. Doggone it! I had the pot turned down, and I compensated for that. Doggone it! Let me try it one more time. Then I'll acknowledge the station that was calling me. But I turned this the wrong direction here, so let's go play that back one more time. This time.
Oh, get out of here, man. It was a pleasure. And anyway, well, maybe in about 100 years we'll get all this crap lined out.
There. Okay, now we got that right. All right, well, yeah, in 100 years we'll have it all right. CB radio will probably be still kicking just fine. And maybe that's what we'll resort to is CB radio. You never know. All right, Motor Mouth Mall cruising. Have a good evening, and always a pleasure with the double measure. 142 in the Bighorn, Motor Mouth Mall waving, and I'm not sure who the station was that was calling, but hello right back there. You're on your neck of the woods, break.
All right, peace.
Peace out.
Apollo, South Texas, I haven't talked to you in a while. How about Motor Mouth Mall? Apollo down here, Houston, Galveston area.
Hello, Apollo, around Houston, Texas. I got you up in there, too. You sounded real good. Apollo, Motor Mouth Mall waving, break.
Did you copy that Motor Mouth Mall? Somebody dead keyed on you. Apollo, South Texas is trying.
Yeah, Apollo, I tried to get up in there. Somebody dead keyed on me. I guess I ain't got enough to get up get the job done, but I tried as hard as I could to call you and say hello there. Apollo, Motor Mouth Mall, stepping.
Roger, 73s, be safe. Always appreciate the bump down back here in Texas. We always enjoy talking to you. Mr. Motormouth Mall sounding mighty fine in my radio. Apollo, Houston, Galveston. We on the side. Thank you very much.
410 Apollo, take care while you're out there east of Galveston and sounding super good over here on my neck of the woods. Appreciate the bump down, and I got to get into Lompoc over here. I got to go. I got to get in the car, so I'll say 73s for now, but definitely good to hear you roll up in there from Galveston, well, east of Galveston. Take care out there one more time, Apollo. Motormouth Mall stepping, and off I go.
Check, check.
Hello out there, Motormouth Mall, 124.
124? How you doing out there? What's going on there, Break?
Oh, man, nothing but a Sunday afternoon.
I tell you what, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon out here. And I'd stick and stay, but I got to go into town. I got to actually go into Lompoc here for a little bit. So I'll say 73s for now, but I'm glad you rolled up in there with that big audio. Sounded superb. 124 Motormouth Mall cruising.
All right. How about you, Motormouth Mall? Motormouth Mall, 200.
Heard that old Motormouth Mall? Heard that Motormouth Mall make a lot of racket out there around the west side coming to the mine. Oh, the hell driver on the junkyard station trying to wave that hand on this Sunday night. Burger, burger.
Nail driver, you come up in there with such a big old hammer, it's not even funny over here. Holy cow. Nail driver, take care. Good to hear you up in there. You smoking. Keep it on over there. Nail driver, Motormouth Mall, stepping.
Yeah, we had some problems there. We got out there and worked on it this evening. I hope I got it straightened out now. Hey, but you sounded good, Motormouth Mall. Have a great week coming up. Oh, Nail driver on the junkyard station, getting on down.
Bartender, Nail driver. Hey, Nail driver, while you work at the junkyard station, I got one playback for you, then I got to get out of here. Check it out. Here it comes.
Got out there and worked on it this evening. I hope I got it straightened out now. Hey, but you sounded good, Motormouth Mall. Have a great week coming up. Oh, Nail driver on the junkyard station, getting on down.
There you go, Nail driver on the junkyard station, sounding top notch, top shelf. Motormouth Mall, stepping break.
Appreciate it, Motormouth Mall. Appreciate it. I guess it's sounding pretty good, like I may have got some of the gremlins out of it. Take care, my friend. We're getting out of the road. Oh, Nail driver cruising, and I'm getting on down.
10-4, yeah. Sounds like you got all the gremlins gone. You must have, you played that whack-a-mole game far enough. You finally get all the gremlins eventually. I think you got them.
Oh, yeah, I had some mass pipe there that come loose and had slack in it and it lost the ground, so I rebolted it together going down to my rotary, because I didn't slack in the antenna there, so I wouldn't get no good ground there, I don't guess. I still got to put some ground cables on it, but I never out-grounded it. But I believe I got it back grounded now.
Well, it's grounded and then some. It's working really well. It's almost like you got a piece of coax connected from your station to mine. All right. Hey, Nail driver, I got to go. I'll say 73s. I'll try to get out here later, or I guess tomorrow, because I got to get into Lompoc, and that's about a half-hour trip for me, so I got to go. Catch you later on. 73s, Nail driver, Motormouth Mall, step and break.
We catch you later.
Bye.
The city's trying. Break. Yes, sir. Out there around Southern Cal, 494 Waving Lake. Low.